I don't expect any of you to show up and take your medicine because the majority of you are a bunch of fucking pussies who run and hide every time Tennessee loses. Y'all got absolutely blown out by this guy. I don't know what it's going to take for Tennessee fans to finally learn. Football is played on both sides of the ball. And as long as Tennessee continues to not care at all about defense, this is as far as you're going to go. A decent regular season. This is turning into no more than 2016 for Tennessee. That's all this is. And 2016 led to Butch Jones being fired. 2016, Tennessee beat Georgia and Florida, lost to Bama. This year, they beat Bama, Florida, lose to Georgia. But point is, beat two of your three rivals, ranked in the top 10. And what happened at the end of the year in 2016? Do you remember? You got humiliated by a terrible South Carolina team. And then a couple of weeks later, you got humiliated by Vandy. And after what I saw tonight, there ain't a person on planet Earth that'll be surprised if Vandy bends you over and runs it in raw. And it's what you deserve. The funniest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life might have happened 20 minutes ago here. When South Carolina ran the score up on you intentionally for what you did last week. Tennessee thought it would be a good idea last week to run the score up on Missouri, calling timeouts and throwing 40 and 50-yard bombs with a minute to go in the game when they were up by 30 points. And they scored a late garbage touchdown to impress the playoff committee. South Carolina was beating you by 3 scores with 2 minutes to go in the game, and they threw a 40-yard bomb down to the red zone and then scored a touchdown on you just to rub it in. The entire college football world owes a giant thank you to South Carolina. Tennessee, you got everything you deserved and more in this game. Everything you deserved and more. You got humiliated by a terrible team. We don't have to listen to you idiots dribble in the comments section on and on and on about your playoff chances and how you purposely lost to Georgia and how if you had to play Georgia on a neutral field. What do you? So what do we have to hear now? If you'd have played South Carolina on a neutral field, they doubled you up. That's the most points ever given up by a ranked team to an unranked team. Ever. Ever. In history. A shout out to Hendon Hooker. I don't know how serious his injury is. I hate injuries. I don't care who they happen to, what team. I hate injuries. It didn't look good. I don't know, though. There was 7 or 8 minutes to go in the game and you were down 3 scores when that happened. I don't think I'll see this, but if there's a Tennessee fan saying, well, if Hendon Hooker didn't get hurt, Hendon Hooker doesn't play defense, dummy. He doesn't play defense. And he didn't play that well even when he was in the game. And like I said, he went out with 7 or 8 minutes to go in the game. South Carolina was beating you by 3 scores. So no one's going to buy that, and I hope you're not going to try to sell it. What happened tonight was you got absolutely beat down. Your defense got exposed. You couldn't stop South Carolina. This was this blows my mind. How in the same season any team can make Anthony Richardson and Spencer Rattler both look like Heisman contenders? Do you have any idea how bad you have to be defensively to let even one of those QBs look this good against you? They have both career games, both of them. If they live to be 100 years old, Anthony Richardson and Spencer Rattler, their game against Tennessee in 2022 will be the game they tell their grandkids about. Y'all's defense is an absolute joke. I don't know what's funnier, the defense or the bandwagon fans that have showed up recently, run their mouth, and now they're going to hide. Like I said, they won't even be watching this. But y'all got what you deserved. Tennessee got what it deserved. Running up the score against Mizzou last week. South Carolina comes out here and returns the favor, runs up the score against you. You got what you deserved. You got what you deserved. You're not a great team. You're a good team with a gimmick offense. That's it. That's it. The announcers were mocking your offense today. The announcers even said in their meetings or whatever during the week with the teams, they were talking to the wide receivers, I think it was Jalen Highland, about the wristbands that they wear. And they say, yeah, well, you know, we run this hurry-up offense, so we hurry back to the line, we look over to the sideline, they give us the signal, and the signal, you know, tells us what play we're going to run, and we've got the plays written on the armband, and it's 11 plays. 11 plays. That's Tennessee's playbook, 11 plays. It's a gimmick. Tennessee's a good team with a gimmick offense that worked a little bit this year in certain situations. That's it. But your defense is horrendous. Any team that figures out the gimmick offense shuts it down. Tennessee's only prayer or hope is to snap the ball before the other team is ready. That's their entire philosophy. That's it. Not to outplay you, not to out-scheme you, not to beat you with talent, not to beat you with coaching, not to try harder than you, not to out-physical you. No, just purely to trick you. Just purely to run the play so fast that your defense isn't up off the ground yet from the previous play. That's it. And when it doesn't work, when teams figure it out, you shit yourself and you shit to bed. You shit all over your shoes is what you did. You got what you deserved. I couldn't be happier. The only way I could have been any happier is if South Carolina would have scored again on that last possession instead of taking a knee. That's it. That would have made me more happy. You deserved what you got for them to run up to score. Tomorrow's Your Season Is Over video might be the greatest Your Season Is Over video of all time. Because in this case, Tennessee, your season is actually over. Not the analogy that we use to describe a team that lost the day before like normal on a Your Season Is Over video. Your season is over. Florida lost to Vandy, a joke, pitiful, pathetic. Oklahoma State didn't show up, getting blown out 28-13 by Oklahoma. Utah and Oregon set to kick off now. None of that matters. Tennessee, your season is over. You lost on the road to a terrible South Carolina team. You're not going to the playoffs. You might go to the Sugar Bowl if you're lucky. We'll see. I don't know. But you got exposed. You got exposed for the good team that you are. You're nowhere near great. There are lots of good teams that can win 8, 9, 10 games. A lot of them. A lot. You know what separates those teams from the great teams? What you just did. That's what separates. Oh, but Georgia struggled today. But Georgia won. That's the difference. That's the difference. Winners win. Winners win. And Tennessee's not a winning program. They've been irrelevant for 24 years. They haven't won their conference since last century. They haven't won their division in 15 friggin' years. And you just got humiliated on national TV by a terrible South Carolina team. And again, that's not the trash talk Carolina. It's a big win for Beamer and Carolina. But you got humiliated by a below-average team. This team scored 6 points last week against Florida. South Carolina scored 6 points last week against Florida. They put up a 60 burger on you. 63. Wow. Wow. You got humbled. You got humbled. Playoffs. Shit. You come over here and play off my balls if you want to.